Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present an 5G bootcamp about the hybrid Wi-Fi networks for beyond 6G connectivity, how this network will be future network and will be utilized for the 6G connectivity. So the workflow will be as it is like we can first go through the introduction and background, and I will just show the experimental test bed whatever we have developed for this hybrid Wi-Fi network. Then beyond that, we can see that how we can improve the data rate of the network by using the link aggregation. Next, what are the disadvantages of the Wi-Fi? How can we utilize the Wi-Fi for mitigating those disadvantages of Wi-Fi in the hybrid Wi-Fi network? We can look into that. Let's start with introduction and background. Here we know that we are using millions of base stations, and we have also billions of devices. How to utilize those billions of devices with millions of base stations in radio frequency communication? Like we can say that cellular communication or local area network like Wi-Fi networks, we are facing with the scarcity of the spectrum availability for this communication. So how to utilize this communication system with the amount of spectrum available with us? That is the biggest challenge in the wireless communication. See, let us see what are the issues we are facing in the wireless system, wireless communication system. So basically, we have the issues related to capacity, whatever the data rate available based upon the spectrum availability, and how much energy efficient our current system. We know that if we are using uh, millions of base stations, we need to cool down those base station. We need to use cooling system. For that also, we are lacking with this developments like energy. So means we have to put more energy to cooling down those base stations. So that's why it is also a challenge for this energy efficiency. Similarly, if we look into this security, so security in the RF communication is one of the biggest challenge, because anyone, anywhere, they can tamper the radio frequency signal. That's why we are using some encryption, decryption, and cryptography techniques to mitigate those effects. So with these issues, any other technology or complementary technology is it available so that we can also overcome these issues, or we can coexist this technology with other technology so that we can reduce these issues? Let us see in the future slides. So we can see here, in the case of electromagnetic spectrum availability, we have different kinds of spectrums available. So, and based upon those spectrums, we are utilizing for different applications such as gamma rays, X-rays, UV, visible light, IR, microwave, radio waves. They have the different applications. We can see that like radio waves, whatever we are using, those radio wave spectrums are limited. That's why we are looking for the alternative technology, which is the best case is the light spectrum, like visible light spectrum or infrared we can utilize. We can see here this visible light spectrum is in the 380 nanometer to 780 nanometer range. So it is capable of providing us in the terahertz range of the bandwidth, which is not possible in case of radio frequency, because radio frequency provide the bandwidth in the gigahertz range. We can see here, if we see the radio waves availability and visible light spectrum availability, whenever we are utilizing billions of base stations, that's time the spectrum availability becomes narrow to support the billions of base stations. Whereas the visible light spectrum availability is too much, like it is in the terahertz range, so we can avail 10,000 times of this device utilization in case of visible light spectrum if we are replacing these base stations with the transmitters such as the light emitting diodes or laser diodes as a transmitting light signal. So this is one of the means like advantage that we can utilize other spectrums which can provide us the better performance, as well as it can also complement to the RF also. Let us see the use cases. If we see visible light communication we are using, so we can use in the outdoor network, like we have street lights, as well as if satellites are there, satellites can communicate with the visible light. If we are installing the visible light transmitters on the satellite, they can communicate with the moving vehicles, buildings by using the light. Definitely at the vehicle or buildings, we have to also install the receivers which can receive the light signals. We will talk about the transmitter and receiver in detail in the next slides. Similarly, we can see here, like for the indoor networks, we can utilize whatever the light systems available in indoor. We can utilize those light system for our communication purpose. So that these are the demonstration, like we can see that like how the light signal can be utilized for the transmitter and receiver for the indoor and outdoor use cases. Going ahead with that, like underwater communication, we know that in the underwater communication, RF system RF communication fails because of the loss of the signal strength, and due to that, we use acoustic signal. So another alternative is that light signals, which lights are installed on the this underwater vehicles. Those vehicles light system can be utilized for the communication, underwater communication, where it also provides the better performance as compared to the acoustic signal. Many research already available in the uh, means research forums. Similarly, if we are going ahead with the industry applications like chemical industries, we know that many radio elements are there in the industries, chemical industries. They may interfere with the radio frequencies. Because of that, we may also face the hazardous because of this interference. Whereas if we are utilizing the lights available in the industry, those lights, why not to utilize for the communication, so that this radio interference can be minimized and we can avoid the any hazardous incidents. So therefore it is also another use case for this visible light communications. Similarly, for indoor hospitals and operation theaters, we can utilize those LEDs installed on inside the hospital for the communication purpose. The roads also have street lights and traffic lights. Those lights also can be used for the visible light communication. These are the use cases, and this also will be providing the future networks by utilizing this Wi-Fi network. Another important thing is that flights. So in flight, right now we are using Wi-Fi, but there is a chance of the interference. We can also avoid those interference by installing the Wi-Fi access points inside the flight. Thinking that after 10 years we may get kind of Wi-Fi network in the flights also.